want to welcome in our good friend John Ireland, longtime voice of the Lakers, and it's been way too long. I don't know why we've waited so long to have you on, but this is a fun night to do it with these two teams starting the post-All-Star break run. I think is really appropriate because both of them do have – there's a little bit of a common thread, right? Like aging cores that need to go on a run. What do you think of both of their chances, John? And hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hi, boys. By the way, were you guys, before I came on, seriously debating whether you'd be okay letting Steph Curry leave? You can't let Steph Curry leave.
No.
What is wrong with you?
There's no debate. The conversation is about, it starts with Bob Myers, John, and we're all wondering why a contract hasn't been signed. And it's more talking about, obviously, the potential of the crumbling of whatever has been this core for 12 years now. And yes, Steph is the number one we would all set aside, and we are all praying and hoping that he never, ever, ever puts on another jersey. But John, the end of this whole thing might be a hell of a lot sooner than I think Warrior fans fully understand, you know?
Okay, I disagree with you, and here's why.
Great.
You guys are taking the position of my broadcast partner, Michael Thompson, Mark, who you know well. Michael, who's Clay's dad, is very skeptical about the Warriors making a run this year. I think part of that is a defense mechanism because he roots for him, but he thinks, he says, Ireland, they're not big enough. They don't play defense. They don't win on the road. To which my professional response is, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys realize that the best five-man unit in the NBA this year is the same group that won the title last year? It's Steph, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, and Looney. That's not even with Poole. You guys, they have the highest plus-minus of any five-man group in the entire league.
Yeah, but John, it's two different conversations.
Right,
I'm with you about the run this year, but there's all the payroll and Bob Myers' contract and Draymond opting in or out. That's going to be addressed no matter how this season ends at the end of the year.
Well, don't you think those things are related, though, guys? I mean,
for sure.
If they win it again, Mark, if they win it again, I think it becomes very difficult not to bring Bob back. It becomes very difficult not to bring Looney back. It had, guys that you would think are expendable. They already admitted the mistake with Gary Payton and turned around and fixed it and cut bait on Wiseman. I just think I understand that you guys are a talk show in San Francisco and like I am in L.A. and the Lakers kind of stir the drink down here like the Warriors do up there. But I think the Warriors' demise has been greatly exaggerated. I know they're a 500 team. I know they're, 7-22 on the road. Who are you really, guys, really going to, if you had to bet your life on the Warriors in a 7-game series against anybody in the West, I'm talking Denver, Memphis, Clippers, you're really not taking the Warriors? If my life depended on it, I'm taking the Warriors just because I've seen them come back from the dead before. I've seen him around. I've seen what Steph can do when he's healthy. So if you guys are healthy, if the Warriors are healthy, I'm not picking against them. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care how bad they've been on the road. I don't care, as Michael points out to me, that they don't have any size. Because if you think about it, the rest of the West doesn't have much size either. You got Jokic, but past that, there aren't a lot of great big men. I just think the Warriors and their championship medal is being seriously underrated here. And I don't know whether or not you guys agree, but I wouldn't bet against them.
Yeah, I unfortunately would bet against them, John, and I'm a diehard, lifelong Warrior fan, but I look at their defensive metrics, the fact that they're 26th in the association in points allowed per game. They play fast, they play loose, they turn it over, they foul too much, and they don't defend anybody. Isn't this indicative of maybe a team that is, in fact, facing the end?
Could be, but okay, let's focus on, you focused on the defensive metrics.
Sure.
Let's focus on the elephant in the room. Steph has missed, 20 games? Clay is not playing in back-to-backs. They're saving Iguodala for the postseason. He's going to give you something. So I just think that when you get into a 7-game series, do you guys realize the Warriors are the only team ever during this run that started when Steve Kerr got there. In every playoff series they've been in, Mark, every single one they've won a game on the road. They're the only team that's ever done that. They go into the other opponent's building and win. So then they just have to win their home games, and if they do, they're right back in it again. I'm not down on them at all, and I know that you guys have to have these conversations. Like, is Bob coming back? What are they going to do about like Draymond's contract? What are they going to do about Clay's contract? But I almost think we should wait and see if they've got one more run in them. I saw this with the Lakers when they went to 3 straight finals in 08, 09, and 10. Everybody kept saying, you're going to have to get rid of, you're going to have to get rid of some of the older guys. You're going to have to tweak the roster. And they just rode it until it finally died in 2011. And I'm just not sure the Warriors are dead yet.
John Ireland, voice of the Lakers, joining us here on Willard and Dibs, 95.7 The Game. John, what are the Warriors looking at tonight? Because I know that the Laker Nation is very optimistic with what happened at the trade deadline, and especially that last game before the break against the Pelicans. They look good. So what do you think of the Lakers' chances to crash the playoffs and the 2 times that the Warriors will face them here in the next couple weeks?
So you guys remember the game on the Saturday night game on February 11th, 12 days ago. No LeBron, no Steph. The Lakers won in Chase Center, which makes me think the Lakers have the edge tonight. But who knows? Clay had a horrible game. I think he was 3 for 13. He normally plays really well against the Lakers. So these are 2 teams. I think the Warriors make the playoffs no matter what, even though they're a 500 team. I don't see them going into some weird funk that would have them drop to below 10. The Lakers guys have 23 games left, and they're in 13th place. They have to win these games. I guess, Mark, this is a long way of me saying this game is more important to the Lakers than it is to the Warriors. And LeBron has said it. AD has said it. I think with LeBron back in our lineup tonight, and you guys missing, I just heard from the Warriors, Wiggins is out.
Yeah, he's still out.
A personal thing going on. Steph's out. Iguodala's out. Obviously, Peyton's out. If the Lakers don't win this game tonight, Mark, it's a really bad sign for these last 23 because they literally need to go, I think, they need to go 14-9 to get in. And they can't afford to lose home games, and they can't afford to lose games to teams that are ahead of them in the standings. And let's face it, when you're 13th, that's almost everybody. So they need to win tonight, and I think they will. But who knows? I mean, you guys have seen it a million times. Clay or Jordan Poole gets hot, makes 12 threes, and then the game flips on that. So I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, 5 of 23, by the way, Klay Thompson in that last game. 3 of 13 from 3 in terms of the bad performance from Klay Thompson in that game. I actually said the same thing, John, 14-9. I think 41-41 is good enough to get anybody into the play-in tournament scenario. But then again, you look at the Clippers are only 5 games above, so it's so tightly packed in the West. When you forecast outside of the Warriors and the Lakers in terms of the postseason, what team in the Western Conference intrigues you as a team that might be able to make a run and steal this thing?
The team that scares me the most is the Clippers. I think that if they get everybody healthy, and Kawhi, and I know I'm on a big island here, and Mark, you know I've always been on this island. I actually like Russell Westbrook. A lot of Laker fans are down on him. A lot of NBA fans are down on him because what's he been, 5 teams in 6 years? But the Warriors don't have what he brings. He brings like this fast-paced, high-intensity. Or I'm sorry, the Clippers don't have what he brings. That's the team that scares me, Dan. I think that if Kawhi's healthy, Paul George is healthy, and Westbrook doesn't screw him up, and I don't think he's gonna, that's the one team I think that could go deep. They scare me more than Denver, more than Memphis. I've been saying Clippers Warriors in the Western Conference Finals.
Wow.
But now I think we got to all talk about Phoenix, because what does Durant do for Phoenix? If Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, and by the way, that makes DeAndre Ayton the 4th best player on that team, and he's really good. If those guys come together, I think they're the wild card. They're the one team that it wouldn't shock me if they made a deep run either. So I don't duck your question. Outside of the Lakers and Warriors, the team I would, if I can't pick those two, the team I would pick to come out would either be Phoenix or the Clippers.
John, the bigger offseason question, we hear this all the time, and I think it's more just a feeling than it is an actual rumor. But are the Lakers coming with this 3-year, $70 million offer for Draymond Green in the offseason? Is that a thing?
It's not in our world, but like I always say, Rob Pelinka, our GM, he's almost stealth. I mean, he rarely does interviews. He doesn't talk to a lot of people. He kind of runs a pretty tight, siloed ship over there. So he's the only one, Mark. You could ask that question to any talking head like me that comes on your show, but anybody says that they know is probably lying, because Pelinka just doesn't tell anybody anything. He keeps very close to the vest. He keeps his options open. I know LeBron has great respect for Draymond, so something like that wouldn't shock me. But is it like a secret handshake deal that's already been done? I highly doubt that.
John, it's great to hear your voice, buddy. And even though you need it more than we do tonight, we're going to try to take it, all right?
Yeah, we don't want you to have it, John.
Well, as you guys know, when Clay sees purple and gold, I know last game was an anomaly, but he normally goes off for something like 11 out of 13 from 3. I don't know if it's because his mom and dad are in the building or his friends are here, but look out for that. Clay or Jordan Poole could flip this game. So I by no means am I counting my chickens. This could easily go either way.
Yeah, tell Michael to stop being such a negative Nelly, too.
Mark, you'll love this. Every time Clay goes off, like Clay, I'll nudge Michael. I'll go, hey, Clay's got 41 points and it's the third quarter. He'll go, oh yeah? How many rebounds does he have?
Exactly. Yep. Always a dad first. Always a dad first.
Exactly.
John, great stuff, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, boys. Have a great show.
All right, there you go. That's John Ireland, the voice of the Lakers.